I am so sick of these Ku Klux Klan good old boys here in Texas, still aiming weapons, still trying to take me out. What is it with you freaking racist assholes? Hit me one more time with that weapon. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and call VA and document it because they just been turning my damn toe up. What you trying to do? Burn it off, racist assholes? Here in Plano? With your in denial ass. Did all that driving last night for fireworks and acted like you didn't see not one damn jet flying around here.
www.va.gov.
I'm not trying to commit suicide, never will, and you will never get me to that point because of your wretched ass. If I had a number to call when people are trying to kill us, I would call that number. But first I'm going to report it to VA, then I'm going to call they dumbass, the government. That's why I'm going to be arming myself. Because these hoes are not trying to stop. If they'll hit me while I'm in the hospital, imagine what their goal is. Bitch, you've been trying 32 years trying to depress, oppress, suppress. What in the hell is y'all's problem?
Are you connected to my help that?
Those doctors did not work hard on my foot for you to turn around and try to do it again. Government. You and your little Southwest Airlines planes better leave me the hell alone. Or you gonna find your ass in one of these buildings or home somewhere messing with me. Cause I am going to aim back. Every time you hit me, I'm gonna aim back at your ass. And you better hear me loud and clear.
Do improve your health and protect the health of your family members. Did you know there are practical steps you can take to keep you and your family safe? To maintain good health, it is important.
Yeah, right. VA.
Transmitted infections and motor vehicle crashes.
You claim you're a suicide or crisis line, but when someone is in a crisis, you're really, especially your men, act like you don't even want to help a person. So what I do is just end the conversation when it comes to men answering the phone for their little suicide crisis line. Which one is it? Because you act like you only want to talk to people who are committing suicide, not to us who people are trying to commit suicide against us.
Quitting tobacco is the single most important thing you can do to improve your health.
Man, forget all about that. It ain't about tobacco killing you. It's about you, government, who can't accept who I am. Get this shit out over me, God.
Transmitted infections.
You need to make up your mind who you gonna serve, LGBTQ or your saints. And I mean that. Because sometimes we have to go there with God. He seems to forget. Sitting up here just steady laying a ray gun on my foot again. And think I'm gonna put up with it, but no, baby. This is the month I'm gonna arm myself with a laser and with some type of weapon. And I double dare you to say, and you think I'm gonna tell you when I'm gonna arm myself? Did you tell me when you were gonna aim weapons? These people got me upped up. Sitting here minding my business. They surrounded me aiming weapons. Yes. I can barely hear you. Is this you, Vidal? Let me call somebody else. I don't want to talk to him. He's a gay and he's uninterested. Hung up on him last night. So let me try reaching somebody else. Because I don't have time for him. I really don't. Somebody trying to be a woman.
Welcome to the Department of Veterans Affairs Telephone Assistance Service.
Hope I don't get him again.
You have reached the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline and Veterans Crisis Line, serving veterans, active duty military, civilians, and all family members outside the continental United States. Please wait.
I don't even want to waste my time with those type of people.
Your call is now being transferred to the Veterans Crisis
Conversation
Line.
I had with him. That's what I was talking about.
Monitored for quality assurance purposes. During the
Got these gays answering the phone
Please stay on the line as your call is transferred to the next available VCO
who want to be
responder.
women, showing no compassion whatsoever. I don't have time for that. And if the government wasn't aiming weapons, I wouldn't have to be reaching out to them. But I'm going to reach out until I arm myself. And you better hear me loud and clear. Since you always on the phone incognito, don't even give a person a thumbs up. But you got your ass on my thing.
You can do to improve your health and protect the health of your family members. Did you know there are practical steps you can take to keep you and your family safe? To maintain good health, it is important.
All out here doing all this witchcraft, so they think they all that and entitled to aim their little ray guns.
Get the facts. Talk to your healthcare team member to learn what you can do today.
If you don't get up off my foot, I will be giving Plano police a call. Not getting ready to play these games with these people. Just not getting ready to do it. They know exactly what they're doing. And then run around here calling their ass pure. Oh, we born white. We born pure. Everybody else born in sin. But we born pure. The devil is a liar. Is that your problem? What are you going to do when you go before our Lord? He's going to tell you the same thing I'm telling you. No one is born pure, but one person upon God's earth. How pure are you coming against the people and things of God? You can get offended all you want to. I can't help it that your ancestors belied you. And our people was too afraid to even stand against that.
Thank you for calling the Veterans and Military Crisis Line. This is Sade. How may I help?
Yes, Sade. This is Miss Jones. Let me mute my live because I have to record as well. By our government. They have been aiming weapons at me for 6 years. I have had to undergo surgery last month because of their weapons after, being attacked for 6 years and the police aiding and abetting. No one's stopping these people. So I've had to reach out to you guys the last probably 4 months and total since 2019 when they burnt my feet. Now, one thing I'm not getting ready to do is continue to be hit with weapons owned by the government, Department of Defense, who I will call as well. What I'm doing right now is documenting because I didn't have surgery last month for them to turn around and do the same thing when I'm released. I went through surgery because they caused a blood clot. I've been hit with 3 weapons for 6 years. Direct energy weapons, which sent me to 2 emergency rooms in May. And the last emergency room I went to, I had them do a CT scan. That's when they caught the blood clot. Blood clot does not run in my family. So all the hits that I've gotten on my left leg has caused the blood clot. Now, the doctors at VA here in Dallas did not spend from 7 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. cleaning this blood clot out, trying to get the blood flow to my feet, which is what they always hit. The direct energy weapon is something very dangerous. I cannot be around anything electrical when they're hitting me with that weapon. So my thing is, I had enlightened the doctors of the weapons. I shared with them my burnt foot and feet and how these people burnt my birthmark with these particular weapons, and how they need to enlighten themselves on what is really going on with the government and how the government is aiming weapons at their own veterans. Now, I just got released. It's been a week, almost 2 weeks, this Friday. And ever since I've been released from the hospital, trying to recover and heal from the surgery that I had, and thank God I didn't have to have rehab, because thank God he gave me kind of a quick recovery. I'm not going to go through this again with these people, Ku Klux Klans or whoever they are, that have been stalking me for 32 years and 6 years aiming the weapons, and they know why. Because I'm a child chosen by God, fulfilling prophecy, whom they're trying to cover up and take me and my son out, I guess because I'm a single parent. Well, I'm not going to go there with the government, because I did not work 50 years serving at 4.5, 6 months National Guard for them to commit treason against me over God. If they don't want to tell you guys, that's up to them. If they want to demonize the sky or over the sun, that's perfectly fine. But aiming the weapons, I'm not going to tolerate anymore, causing me bodily damage and possibly amputation of my foot. Now, yes, ma'am, this is serious. Now, if I'm not trying to take my life, I'm not getting ready to have the Ku Klux Klan, good old boy, Nazis here in Texas do it. I'm not getting ready to be another Sandra Bland, because the police is aiding and abetting the government. And I also...
That's absolutely correct. You know, you say that, just so that we're clear, I know you said that you were documenting. You said that you're not having any current thoughts of harming yourself. Is that what you stated?
That is correct, ma'am. And I never have in 68 years, come next week on the 12th of July. Okay. And I have accomplished too much in my life to want to harm myself. And plus, they've already destroyed my only child. He needs me, you know, with what they have done to him when they found out in 91 who I was in Christ. Stealing. They've done a lot of things in 32 years. It was only when they burned both of my feet that I had to start reaching out to you guys. Now, as I explained to any representative here, if I had a number when people are trying to kill me, I would call that number and wouldn't have to waste y'all's time. You know, I know you're more focused on people who are trying to commit suicide, but I'm in a crisis as well when I'm surrounded by evildoers aiming weapons and still laying ray guns and lasers on my foot, the same foot that the VA just operated on, the same leg. I don't know what their problem is, but they better get it together, because I'm not the Jones to mess with. I'm not.
And that definitely is a lot to be experienced. And so how are you coping and dealing with all of these experiences that you're having? Like, what do you do to kind of, you know, take your mind off of things and, you know, establish a sense of calm or relaxation when you're faced with all of this?
Well, one thing is what I'm doing now, calling you. okay? Because if I'm getting ready to arm myself, I do have my certificate of weapons. I got it in 2018. But see, I've been trying to do it the legal way, trying to get the people to stop the criminal activity. But the FAA claim if I'm being injured, it's a police job. The police claim they have no control over the air because they're doing it so slick using via private aircrafts. I need to inform you too that I am live on my YouTube. So that's another thing I do, because I document things, because sometimes people twist my words. And that's another thing that I do. I also call the DOJ and the DOD, because if they're going to hit me with their weapons, they're going to get a phone call, because I'm not a criminal. I'm a retiree and a disabled veteran. And this is what our government is doing. Maybe they thought that I would be an easy target since I'm a single mom, a single parent. But they found out that it's been 32 years and they still haven't, killed me yet. They've been trying to kill me and my son, which they, like I said, destroyed totally in '97, drugging him and everything else. And I have documents of that. Anything I tell you, I can support it. That's why, these are some of the things I do and have been doing to avoid arming myself. But these people are forcing me. I'm not going to continue to be surrounded by evildoers who can't accept the fact that I'm chosen by God and fulfilling prophecy. That's their problem. If you don't like what God is doing, kill your own ass and quit trying to kill me. And I'm in Texas, so I'm dealing with the good old boys. They think they're above the law. So these are things that I do. I've been in praise and worship, of course. I'm a woman of God, so I've been a strong warrior, because I am a warrior in Christ. But I do a lot of things to try to avoid, arming myself. But these people are leaving me no other choice. Because as soon as I'm released, here they are surrounding me again in my hometown. Like I said, when did we get an airport in the ghetto in Plano? I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. So at this point, I am going to arm myself. I am going to exercise my Second Amendment rights as a professional person. I'm not going out shooting up nobody, but I guarantee you I will arm myself with another laser, which when they burnt my feet in 2019, I armed myself with the laser and started aiming back, which is my rights. They were burnt my feet with a laser.
Using them as a form of protection to keep yourself safe.
That's right, ma'am. I am not living in a resident right now, because I got tired of paying for them to torture me in places that I was paying for. So right now I'm just parking out. So I do need some form of protection, and they follow me everywhere I go. They even hit me while I was in the hospital, and that's when the doctor said she believed me now, because they follow me at the hospital. Yeah, when I get it, I don't have any weapons. They're the ones who have all the weapons, and trust me, it's about 50 of them out here. I film them and post it on my YouTube channel, just like I post what God is doing, okay? Because I'm tired of them harassing me about it 32 years. If you only knew the things that they have done 32 years, not only messing up my only child, but, there's a lot of other things that they have done, tried to blow me up in my car. And, that's when I said, God, I'm not buying another car in 2009. He has to get me around, and he has. I'm fulfilling his prophecy. My will was court reporting. Like, I share that evidence. I'm not even doing my will, but I'm not going to continue to have an evil people aim weapons at me, destroying my body, and perhaps possibly killing me, because these are killer weapons. We're talking about direct energy weapons. We're talking about lasers, ray gun that Lockheed Martin created for them, that they claim was for out-of-control protesters and criminals and terrorists. But it looks like they're using them on God's people. You know, God is not going to continue to have LGBTQ running his earth. That America can forget it. But you're not going to surround me every day and every night aiming weapons at me, which you've already caused a blood clot. Otherwise, I was a healthy person, not on any medicine for my age. 68 come July 12th. Now, I'm not getting ready to play games with America or they little hitmen they got out here. Yes, I have to protect myself at all times because these people know who I am and they've done everything in their power to try to shut me up and shut me down. And it's not right.
Well, that definitely makes sense that you're advocating for yourself as you should be.
That's right.
So with all this going on, what do you do when you're, what do you do to relax? I know you said you call the crisis line, but what other avenues do you use to kind of take your mind off of this?
Well,
I can have that sense of calm.
I film them and post them, and I do a lot of things. Prayer, I read the word, I give the word on YouTube. I do a lot of things to try to take my mind off of what they're doing. But when they start hitting me with the weapons, I reach out to you guys. Sometimes I call the non-emergency number and they'll get off my foot. Just like when I call you, sometimes they'll get off my foot. Sometimes they just lay the ray gun on my foot and or laser. We've even caught a couple aiming a ray gun at me. I do police reports, but they throw them out because when you're aiding and abetting something, you're not going to honor it. I've had to do that in Dallas and in Plano. And Plano, I didn't go through the back door for, in Plano and accomplish all the things that I have accomplished in my life for them to commit treason and try to run me out of my hometown. It's ridiculous. I'm not going anywhere. You leave. Every time I try to move home, they harass me, the police. Not all of them. But, and I don't think all police are bad. But when you aiding and abetting people, you're not helping the situation. And like I told him, I'm not getting ready to be another Sandra Bland or Botham John or any other innocent person that they have killed. The hands of the police. And then they try to always be in denial. Well, I'm not sitting at home burning my own feet, getting paid twice a month. And they're not going to make this a mental issue when it's a criminal issue. I did have a call in. And I have another call in. I missed her call earlier with my social worker here at the Dallas VA. But she didn't call me back. So I maybe she'll call back tomorrow. But I have to protect myself because I love myself. And like I said, if I'm not trying to take my life, I'm not going to have any good old boy Ku Klux Klan or whoever these people are sending, the government, on private aircrafts. That's why the FAA doesn't want to do anything, or the police. They're just aiding and abetting these people. And I'm not the only one being hit with weapons. There's a lot of us being hit with them. That's how I found out about them. So I just sit and relax and be in the Word a lot. Because I am a godly person, always have been all my life. And like I said, I can't change what God is doing, and they can't either. But they're not going to try and take me out behind it, trying to kill me over my stuff.
Yeah, I know this is something that you've been dealing with for a while, but do you have like a mental health professional that you talk to on a consistent basis as well?
No, because it's not a... No, because it's not a mental issue; it's a criminal issue. And all they have to do.
I was just saying you were mentioning documenting it, and so I wasn't sure if maybe you had someone that you talked about this with, on a consistent basis, because they would always have that in their records of these experiences and things that you're dealing with.
Well, they're trying to set up something like that, but like I told them, if they can't help me with the criminal issue, then what's the sense in talking? We've been talking. I've been talking for years, and most of the mental departments say, you know, it's out of their hands. You know, if I'm being injured, it's a police problem. So talking doesn't resolve anything if the criminal activity is still going on. Like I said, 6 years that's been going on. So I've been talking for 6 years, at the most 4 years, when they burnt both of my feet. All they have to do is stop the criminal activity, CIA. That's who's orchestrating it. That's all the government has to do, is stop the criminal activity, and it wouldn't be no problems. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Stop with the weapons. Because I don't care about them colorizing the skies and putting dark clouds over the sky. I don't care about that. I care about you aiming weapons at me without a cause and causing me bodily injury when I was in good health, until they started hitting me with the weapons, the direct energy weapon especially, which sent me to 2 ERs, because they did it back to back. The first time I went to VA ER, and the second time, the next day, they did it again, and it sent me to another ER closer to me. And that's when I had them do the whole full CT scan. I knew something had been damaged on my leg. You know, the past 3 months that they had been hitting me with the direct energy weapon. And that is nothing to play with. So all they have to do is stop aiming the weapons, and it wouldn't be no problems. And why are they aiming weapons at a senior citizen? Isn't that against the law, America? You're not above the law, government. They don't even abide by their own rules, you know, and it's absolutely ridiculous. It really is. So this is one thing that I do to try to calm my nerves and prevent me from going out arming myself, because I could have armed myself in 2018. They started hitting me in 2017. So, you know, trying to do it the legal way, but only to find out everybody works together. That's why it's still going on, and that's why these people are still allowed to aim weapons, burning my little toe especially, which I'm really having problems with and may have to be amputated. These people have hit me to the point to where they were talking about amputating my whole foot. I just had to pray to God. God, I can't praise you if they do that. So I am able to move most of my toes now. Because like I say, I'm a godly person, and we don't really deal with, you know, what am I trying to say? Criminal, you know, we don't go out hurting people. We love people.
Yeah, that makes
You know.
And so, I mean, it really does sound like you do a great job at advocating for yourself and speaking out.
I have
about
to.
the things that you experience.
I have to, because I ain't got nobody but God, you know, as a support team. You know, he taught me to rely solely on him. So I have, you know.
You've been protecting yourself and keeping yourself safe, so that's really good.
Yeah, it's been a battle, because like I said, they hit me all in my private area, and while I'm in a shower, or if I go get a hotel, I'm hit there. If even, like I said, they were hitting me at the VA, and that's when the doctor realized that she believed me now, because they hit me. The doctor saw how well my foot looked, even my little toe. And the next morning it was ragged, because they kept me up all night aiming weapons. You know, I have no privacy. They know where I am every second of the day. I can't go anywhere without these people. And now they got their claws on my son again, and Lord knows what they've done to him. You know, they've already messed up his cognitive abilities in '96. Like I said, this been I say 32 years because they stole some information, a photo of mine. That's how they found out about me. God revealed who I was. I wish he wouldn't have did that in the photo, or they wouldn't have found out who I was, and I probably wouldn't be going through all of this. But I guess it was for a reason, to make me that warrior that he called me, who he called me, the daughter of the troops. It was always a reason why we do things, and that's another thing I share with people. Sometimes our will is not God's will for our life. We have our will. My will, like I said, my will was core reporting, getting ready to graduate in 95, and I only had a few tests left in the 200s, 225s, but God, he changed my will. So I share that information. That's one thing that has kept me going, knowing, that this is God's battle. I'm just a vessel, a messenger, and just a vessel that he's using. It's always his battle, especially when they had evidence. And when they falsely accused my son and had evidence of videotape and still doing wrong, that's when it put me on my knees in my secret place. And one thing I'm glad.
I definitely appreciate you sharing this experience with me. But more importantly, I think it's very good what you've been doing about, making sure to document experiences.
Yes, ma'am.
And, exploring aspects of protecting yourself. But I do think that continuing to pray and read, and film your experiences. You said that the doctor has now, seen and witnessed some of your experiences.
Yes.
So it's good that you have a paper trail of what you've experienced.
Mm-hmm.
But, I do encourage you, to continue documenting what you experienced throughout this time.
And I appreciate
and
you
also
too.
Focusing on relaxing.
Yeah, I appreciate you having the compassion. I had to hang up because I know one guy that he has no compassion for the crisis that I'm in right now, because they don't take it as seriously as some women, So I just told him I'm going to call somebody back. No offense, but I spoke with him yesterday and several times before, and I know that he has no compassion for this situation. But I really do appreciate you, and I'm hoping that they will stay off my foot. If they don't, DOD and DOJ operators will be getting phone calls, and that's another way of getting them off of my body. They have radiation on me
and
too.
I encourage you to do just that. Anything that you can to protect yourself against others,
Yeah.
Continue advocating and pushing for that, because your truth does need to be heard.
Yeah.
With your experiences, I know you said that you plan on relaxing and reading. Do you have any plans for the evening to kind of help you mellow out a little bit?
Well, yeah, it's just burning my foot, my toe, the same toe that I'm afraid they're going to have to amputate. And they know this because they listen to everything, they watch everything, they see everything on me, So why would you continue to hit that or send me through that? Because they have no compassion. But I'm just going to sit out here. There's some people sitting out here. I'll sit out and talk with them. I do a lot of things to avoid them, but I'm telling you, when they zap me, because we're talking about lasers and ray guns, we never know when we're going to be hit. It's just a quick zap or sting, and then we're jumping, But thank you so much. They did stop hitting me. It was just like they was just trying to hit me. See, I don't need sunglasses to look at the sun, and that's in Ecclesiastes 7:11. Another thing, God bless me outside the churches, so I have some of them coming against me as well. But I'm a soldier, I've gone through a lot in 68 years, so no weapon formed against me. It may form, but it won't prosper. So I keep that in mind as well, the word, you know. But thank you so much. And what was your name again? I appreciate you and the compassion you've
No
had.
problem. My name is Sade, and it's been my pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you, Sade.
I do hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
I will. I'ma try. I have one officer that kind of been looking out for me. Cause like I said, all officers are not bad. He kind of prayed for me last night, cause he's also a minister. He said, so if he doesn't sell me out, I'll be okay. Okay.
Absolutely. Well, you have a great rest of your evening.
You too, Sade. Bye bye. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. Like I said, I'm going to be arming myself. That's my right. That is my right. If you don't like it, government, oh well. Stop aiming the weapons. Stop aiming the weapons and we won't have to go there. How fair is it for you to aim weapons and I'm unarmed? That's not fair. Real talk. Spiritual warfare. Thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Oh, that's me. My bad. Other people just come by, they don't thumbs up, they don't do nothing. But I have to advocate for my own self because I don't have anyone else to advocate for me other than God. And he's the best person to have. Best person. Just sick of the fucking mess. These Ku Klux Klans, they gotta be Klansmen, Nazis. Be aiming weapons at women. And like God said, they're cruel and they have no mercy. Militant army, apparently. Skull and Bones Freemasons. Well, that's all I need to do was document this call. DOZ. See how many people